Those with good intentions enjoy spending time with INFJs. They respect their visions, ideals, and, most importantly, their kind nature. INFJs are difficult for toxic people to interact with since they always feel the opposite. Here are 10 reasons why toxic individuals stay away from actual INFJs. Number 10. People who are toxic detest being pressed for answers. Incisive and serious inquiries. INFJs do this by putting the egos of toxic people in jeopardy. They know they don't have to concur with pointless standards and norms. Therefore, it's not just that they wish to be nasty. With real INFJs, toxic people can't seem to have a regular, open discussion. This is due to INFJs' continual focus on the fundamental reasons behind other people's behavior. Their inquisitive minds lead them to doubt the intentions of the wise and house of people. INFJs will continue to have doubts if they do not get an acceptable response, because some people favor maintaining the status quo. They find the INFJ's complexity annoying. People who are poisonous wonder why the INFJ won't obey the rules or make an effort to blend in with the crowd. INFJs, however, are forced to put their preconceived views to the test because they cannot mindlessly obey. Therefore, the more these people demand the INFJ's silence, the more INFJs are forced to do so. Number 9. They feel embarrassed about how non-conforming INFJs are. INFJs tend to be accepting, warm, and sympathetic people, but they may also be disobedient, risk-taking, and unconventional. Even if others think they are cruel rather than empathetic, they are unconcerned. If INFJs want something done, they will speak up. Even if their opinions are contrary to the majority, they will continue to voice them in the hopes that someone would pay attention. They can investigate and make sense of their options while rebelling for a cause even though they are well aware of the disadvantages of being non-conforming. Consequently, poisonous individuals avoid them. People who are conventionally shallow and closed-minded dislike INFJs because they don't conform to social norms. Because those folks are unsure of themselves in that regard. They strive to be as objective as INFJs, but they are unable to do so, because they are really interested in what others think. They love how others perceive them more than they can ever love themselves. What counsel should an INFJ offer conformists? Number 8. They fear the INFJ's ability to discern lies. INFJs are avoided by toxic people because they shield a lot of lies. INFJs don't always plot against attorneys using their ability to spot lies, though. Toxic individuals simply feel bad enough to avoid dealing with INFJs. They are avoiding the potential for exposure. Despite their appearance of blissful ignorance, our INFJs are more perceptive than everyone else. They are able to penetrate people's fears, viewpoints, attitudes, and intentions. Because of this, toxic people fear and despise them because when they are around an INFJ, they feel humiliated and extremely vulnerable. Because they are aware that the INFJ is watching them, they may act pretentious around them. People that are toxic do not want others to realize that they are leading a false life. They want people to perceive them as rational, sophisticated, and intellectual. However, especially during lengthy conversations, the INFJ's perceptive questioning can reveal their intentions. Number 7. The INFJ consistently disregards their suggestions. People perceive INFJs as impolite for ignoring their counsel and discarding it as useless. First of all, the INFJ never requested these insights. They are uninvited. INFJs don't need to be told to keep a positive attitude, tomorrow is another day, or any other phrases that they may look up online. Instead, in order to develop insightful perspectives, people require significant contemplation and examination of their circumstances. They can make decisions without seeking anyone's approval. They only need to be in the appropriate frame of mind to think carefully and take into account all pertinent facts. INFJs are avoided by toxic individuals because they don't want to be rejected or thought of as unimportant, which is why they detest speaking with them. First and foremost, toxic people feel INFJs require their assistance when, in fact, it was they who tried to impose their ideals on them without permission. How do you handle receiving unsolicited advice as an INFJ? Number 6. INFJs can't be persuaded to watch their drama. With an INFJ, toxic people believe they would be wasting their time because, despite their best efforts, the INFJ won't be interested in their drama. Even the most convincing lies can be detected by INFJs. They can discern whether a person is simply romanticizing their own victimization or exaggerating the story by seeing through the ambiguity and inconsistencies of others' accounts. INFJs are thought of as killjoys who avoid getting involved in other people's problems by toxic people because of this. In actuality, they are merely maintaining their own inner tranquility since they are unable to waste their time and energy on unimportant things like other people's chaos. They have too many important things to concentrate on, like their dreams, to get entangled in other people's problems. These concerns are much preferable to needless conflicts that just disturb their tranquility. Number 5. The loss of the INFJ is too much for them. While some people value the profundity of the INFJ, others find it overwhelming. A majority of these individuals are poisonous and reluctant to address their inner difficulties. Toxic people will avoid the INFJ at all costs since their deep inquiries and chats disclose these inner conflicts. They find it challenging to communicate with INFJs, therefore they are unable to handle their depth. They lack understanding, sound thinking, and self-awareness. They aren't ready for what INFJs are about to tell them. To put it simply, focus on preventing the INFJ from speaking on behalf of their anxieties instead of interacting toxic people. But do you, as an INFJ, sometimes feel bad about avoiding toxic people? Number 4. They are not susceptible to manipulation. Only those they can influence and push about would attract toxic people. None of them are INFJ personality types. They only favor folks who are straightforward and simple to get along with. Because toxic people take advantage of the INFJ's depth, they grow irritated when they learn that the INFJ isn't their usual adversary. INFJs do not strive to impress others or modify themselves in order to suit everyone, which frightens them as soon as they learn how the INFJ's mind functions. They wish for people to ignore them so they may focus on their own plans. Consequently, the more toxic others try to influence them, the more they rebel. It is understandable why INFJs irritate toxic people. Number 3. They are unable to handle the INFJ's boundaries. The majority of people categorize INFJs as antisocial and skill-joys because they routinely decline spontaneous events. They are also considered lethargic if they refuse to accept requests for work-related tasks beyond business hours or decline to perform a kind favor for a coworker. Because toxic people may not have the same boundaries as INFJs, they are unable to respect or grasp their standards. As a result, they are unable to respect the INFJ's standards. Forcing the INFJ to undertake things that are bad for their well-being is why they unintentionally sought to step beyond of their comfort zone. INFJs won't worry about who they trash or disparage since true INFJs won't let this happen. They won't interact with somebody who lacks boundaries or doesn't know what they are. How do INFJs defend their boundaries against rude, poisonous people? Number 2. INFJs are unpredictable for toxic people. Despite their generosity and empathy, INFJs have long been enigmatic. They don't talk much about their troubles and keep them to themselves. Thus, it is difficult for people to understand them. People find it difficult to look through their inner thoughts and read their patterns. INFJs are quite challenging for people with shallow minds to understand. What's the big deal about not being able to read someone, though? Shallow individuals look for INFJs to take advantage of. These poisonous individuals are only drawn to INFJs in order to take advantage of their inherent strengths. INFJs continue to be hypervigilant around such people, even though some do it unintentionally, in order to prevent needless upheaval. In reality, unexpected and challenging individuals are challenging to manage, which is what INFJs do. People that are shallow can't handle unforeseen circumstances, so it seems sense that they are afraid of the enigmatic INFJs. Number 1. They are frightened of their sincerity. The INFJ's honesty is not for the weak of heart. It is also inappropriate for toxic individuals who are living in denial and have not accepted their shortcomings. It's because the INFJ doesn't give a damn if their blunt truths annoy anyone. They will let someone know if they have been doing poorly so that they can start doing better right away. INFJs never seek to hurt, humiliate, or sabotage anyone by insulting them. Regardless of their tone or approach, they always have the best of intentions. Though toxic people won't comprehend it, they want to see their loved ones thrive in life. They are unable to handle the tension and stress brought on by the INFJ's stark honesty. Would you, however, as an INFJ, feel bad about provoking toxic people? INFJs believe that unless they accidentally trigger them and cause them stress, there is no need for others to avoid them. Do you feel bad about making someone else stressed out if you're an INFJ? To acknowledge scary, harmful individuals nearby.